Me on Terror Machine. This is your monthly love reading for the month of May 2017, and this will be for the sign of Cancer. But before I start the video, let me go ahead, or this reading, let me go ahead and say that I was trying to do a quarterly love reading for all the signs, but with the Mercury retrograde and throwing a monkey wrench in a bunch of stuff, I had a serious problem that came up. So for now, I'm gonna end up doing just the monthlies until I reshape the channel and try to see where I'm gonna move this forward for now. So let me go ahead and start your reading for Cancer. So let me go ahead and get your overall message for the month to see what you'll be working with and what can help you out. The card you got is look through the mist, find the mystery. So for singles, it's saying that if you meet somebody in the month of May, go ahead and look deeper into that person. Just don't take that person on face value. See what's more that they could offer you when it comes to a relationship. Just don't judge them on the first time you meet them, or get hung up on what they say. Go and search deeper. If you are already coupled up, it's saying that it may be a situation in your relationship that may require you to take some more in-depth view on what is going on, or where your relationship is at this certain point or for the month of May. So let me go ahead and get the cards to give you an overall view of what's going on in the month of May. Okay, at the center of reading, you have the Eight of Wands in the upright. Eight of Wands is usually meaning fast action or moving fast. So, for singles, it's saying that this time for the month, maybe you want to be in a relationship or just got over one, and you feel that a need to rush into another relationship. And with the card, when it says look through the mist, it's saying don't try to rush, but you may have that feeling going on. Maybe somebody is rushing at you to be in a relationship, or you're rushing at somebody else that you see that might be a great potential to be in a relationship um with. So you feel like it's the opportunity and you have to jump on it right then and there, and you could have that feeling going on, or people putting that feeling on you that they need to rush to be in a relationship with you. If you already coupled up, what it's saying is that your relationship is moving now at a fast pace. Certain things may be affecting your relationship from the outside, or a certain kind of um, information that's coming into you that's throwing off the relationship, that's causing you or your companion to be moving real fast or rushing through certain aspects of your relationship or your bond. And it also means that with all this rushing, you might be overlooking something that may need um, more in-depth view to kind of correct, or you rushing so fast you're missing certain other things that could be affecting your relationship. What you have underneath you is the King of Swords in the upright. The King of Swords in the upright, if you're single, you could be meeting this sort of this air sign. This person knows how to um they assert themselves more mentally. They may not be more of a emotional person, but they, before they would be in a relationship, they have to think about what is the overall benefits. They always weighing the pros and cons, and as you talking to them, they they're constantly analyzing the person they talking to. They very analytical. They very in their head, and they only kind of connect people. They connect their emotions based on how somebody can talk to them. Maybe somebody thinks that about you, or you think that about somebody else. But this person is very authoritative, and they can offer a more analytical aspect to your relationship if you want to get with them on a one-on-one basis. So as a couple, what it's also is saying is that either you or your companion is going to start being more emotionally detached and more mentally in their head for trying to figure out things that are going on in the relationship. They could be figuring out which angle is or where that what they can introduce into the relationship to make it better. And if you bring up something to them, they're going to sit back and think about it and weigh the pros and cons to see if it's going to be a real benefit to the relationship. And they're going to be looking at it from a standpoint of trying to detach their emotions from the information that you may be trying to bring to them to help the relationship grow better. What you have behind you is the ace of the queen of pentacles in reverse. The queen of pentacles in reverse is, if you're single, maybe in the past you had met somebody, but they gave you a feeling that all they was obsessed about was some kind of money aspect. They wasn't really paying attention to any kind of emotional thing. They could be thinking that about you, or you think about that by somebody you had met. And with the Mercury retrograde already over, and some of this lingering feeling of people coming back, you could have a person coming back while these energies is riding out, and at one time you may have dealt with them and you already knew they was a gold digger, or they was just too obsessed on money, and that was something that you did not want to deal with by moving forward or finding a relationship that could benefit you. Somebody can be thinking that about you, or you thinking about that from a person that you dealt with before. If you already coupled up, what it's saying is that your relationship at one time in the past was being affected with some kind of physical thing. It could have been too many bills coming in, you couldn't focus on your one-on-one relationship, or it was something off kilter when it came to having a solid ground in your relationship. And but that seems like it was something in the past and you had moved past it because you wanted to rush past that issue. If it was a financial issue that was affecting your relationship, it seems like with the Eight of Wands you want to rush past that and get on to something else. What you have crowning above you, and it's actually a good card, is the Ten of Swords in reverse. The Ten of Swords in reverse is, for singles, you may have got to a period now that you was trying to find somebody to be in a one-on-one relationship with, and you got tired of dealing with people that was just putting too much mental strife on you. Every time you was getting into a relationship with certain people, you did not want to deal with a mental baggage that they was coming with, and you probably came to a point now to decide, I'm going to find somebody outside of that characteristic that always have this emotional drama. They may be somebody may be thinking that about you, that you're going to bring them some kind of emotional or mental relief when it comes to dealing with drama, or you can be trying to find somebody like that that just doesn't have a lot of mental baggage that you have to filter through to try to find where their emotions are sitting in a relationship. as it being you already coupled up with somebody, what it's saying is that the mental strife that was causing the relationship to go off kilter is now over. You may have a few bumps in the road in the month of May, but it's also saying that you're at the final end of interjecting that in your relationship to ruin your bond one on one with your companion. The last card you have is the Three of Swords in reverse. So if you're single, is what it's saying is you are over finding people that was already linked up with somebody else, or you was tired dealing with putting your emotions into people and they would turn around and kind of break your heart. Maybe somebody think if they get in a relationship with you, that pattern that they picked up in their life will also end, or you're looking for somebody like that, that you want to get somebody that has nobody attached to them, they free and single, and they're more trustworthy when it comes to a one-on-one relationship. If you already coupled up, what it's saying is that you are not trying to invest your emotions that way. You're trying to let situations, when it comes to your one-on-one relationship, you're not trying to invest your heart all up into whatever new things you bring it in to be on a letdown later on down the line. You just not trying to put your feelings on your shoulders and interject that in a relationship and using that as a fuel for a building block in your relationship, because you tried to do that in the past and you was let down because you hoped that certain things would work out, but it came with a little mental strife, or it came with, okay, I invested this and I was hoping this came out, but something else came out. So you tired of putting yourself in there in your relationship and trying to interject new things to have a um, let down later on. So let me go ahead and get some clarifiers, and that's why the card says look through the mist and then find the mysteries. It's saying everybody, for singles and couple up, look deeper into the situation, whatever situation is coming up in your relationship or whoever you meet. Is just like, don't, one, if you're looking through it, you it's saying be more analytical on your end when it comes to certain things you want in your relationship. Just don't try to see a person, put your whole heart on the sleeve and then get let down later on when those things didn't materialize from that person. So let me go ahead and see some of these reversals and see what you are dealing with. Let's see about the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So yeah, the person you knew in the past, singles that trying to come back and trying to do a revisit, you knew they was a gold digger. They was draining some shit. They was draining some shit. They was snatching your stuff to try to benefit, but it was leaving you at a certain point that you wasn't coming up with that person. That person was not a benefit. That person was not bringing you no kind of luck. The person, it was taking some kind of finances, or they was too much into finances, and you was probably trying to please that person, but the person, as you trying to please that person, you was getting mental strife from the person, you was getting a letdown. It was like a bad investment on that part of the relationship. If you already coupled up, it's just saying that whatever financial difficulties that you want to move past, you knew that it was not helping you build something solid as a couple that you wanted it to do for you. So let me go ahead and get another card on it. Yeah, Seven of Swords in reverse. So Seven of Swords in the upright means sneaky. It means sneaky and deceptive, but when it's upright, but in the reverse, it's saying it was a clear cut situation. Basically, it's saying for singles, you knew how that person was. They wasn't trying to hide it. They put it on the table, and you made a choice to run with it and got and got the bad end of the stick. As a couple, it also says whatever this financial thing it was and then was affecting your relationship, it was coming down the pipeline. Basically, you seen it kind of coming, and you didn't kind of put your foot down as a couple and made a decision. You just let it kind of roll past, and then it finally hit its conclusion, and it affected your relationship. So let me go ahead and see what this Ten of Swords is. You had the Nine of Pentacles. Wow, these people with these gold diggers. Wow. For singles, it's just saying that whoever you was in, they left you. They left you unsecure about your own thing. Even in a relationship, that sometimes finances mess with your relationship, and you cannot think. So, as for a single, you was hoping to get something solid out of this person in the past, but what was happening is it left your ground unstable just to be in a relationship. If you're coupled up with somebody, it was just saying that the mental strife or whatever, that it was causing a disruption in your couple's bond. So, wow. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Wow. Wow. For singles, gold digger. Whoever you may meet may come up, may be a gold digger, and you may have to watch out in the month of May, because all these pentacles and fortune cards in reverse is saying that somebody is out to get something, and if you don't look deeper into the situation, you may be got out of your money, or somebody's going to throw your what you built really off kilter. And it's saying that with the person whoever you gonna bring in, they're not a person that's choosing to work on anything. Even if you was trying to meet this person halfway to be in a relationship, they're not willing to work. They're not really to work on it. And maybe it's because that person had a pattern that they've been in relationships before, that they didn't really have to do nothing. They may have had companions or been in relationships that they was having people cater to them, and they didn't have to work real hard on a relationship. So you cancers better watch out for whoever you're going to get into a relationship in the month of May. Singles, that the person you may pick up after a while, you will find out they was not putting no kind of energy in the relationship, and is just going to leave you very um just leave you really disappointed. So, as couples, it's just saying that um, at that time when everything was coming up and hitting your relationship and affecting it, it was that you probably couldn't think or had any time to work these things out, and they kind of snowballed and kind of affected the relationship. Both of y'all was maybe thinking about two different things, or getting on two different pages on how to work on this issue, but it was like a moment too late, and it kind of crashed at one time, leaving you at the center of the reading to rush and finally clean up what was going wrong in your relationship in the month of May. And all this stuff for couples, I feel like this was in the past. I think this was going on for the last month, maybe month and a half, that was going on in your relationship. I'm really feeling it. This was snowballing for about a month and a half. I really do. So let me see about the Three of Swords and see in reverse and see. Yeah, you got the Tower in the upright. It's saying that you want some change. You really want some change, and you want a something to all of a sudden come in and give you a new type of way of, and this is single and couple, give you a new type of way of operating when it comes to your relationships. You want somebody to come in and just, you know, change it all around so you can rebuild something better, or with couples something, some kind of solution comes in so you can work from that standpoint to build your relationship. And let's see what the last card will be. It's the Queen of Swords in reverse. So for singles, what it's saying is, to me, is to avoid a Queen of Swords person for the month, because if you're trying to get a relationship with them, they're going to have a nasty point of view on how it should be, or they may be a control freak when it comes to how they want relationships and come off as a bitch. So you may, as singles trying to find somebody, you may have to avoid this type of person, or this person will come up, and if you get in a relationship, they will bring a change to your relationship. But to me, it seems like it's going to bring a change that you do not want to deal with at it, moving forward, of trying to find a good companion in for your future. And as of couples already coupled up, just don't take this attitude of whatever comes up and you're moving forward and trying to look to different solutions to make your relationship um, be better or tighter. Just don't have a negative aspect or come off sort of blocked off and unwilling to hear what's being put on the table. And that's why it's saying look deeper into the mysteries of stuff. Just take the idea that your companion could be bringing in. Don't judge it as it being a total negative until you try to work it in your relationship. So I hope you like this reading. Go ahead and hit subscribe. You can go ahead and leave your comments at the bottom. You can thumb the video up or down, and I'll talk to you later.